Chapter 1. The kingdom where nothing is seen, everything is felt. The jungle is not just a place. It is a living, pulsating organism, breathing at the same frequency as fear. Beneath the closed canopy, where sunlight arrives fragmented, in fragile golden blades, there is a world where seeing is a rare privilege, and surviving depends on feeling before being felt. Here, sound travels differently. Smell betrays lives, and movement condemns. Because in the jungle, the most lethal predators don't run, don't roar, don't announce their presence. They move like smoke. While insects vibrate in the air and birds break the silence with brief songs, something observes, not with restless eyes, but with ancestral patience. A gaze that has learned, over millions of years, that immobility is the greatest form of power. Each broken branch carries information. Each change in the wind is a warning. Every breath out of rhythm, a sentence. This is where the true ghosts of the jungle live. Predators molded to disappear into their surroundings. Their bodies don't contrast with the forest. They belong to it. Skin, fur, and muscles have been sculpted to deceive perception, confusing forms, erasing contours, dissolving existence itself. What you see is rarely what's there. What's there is almost never seen. In this closed world, where visibility is short and error costs lives, the jungle favors not the strongest, but the most silent. Not the fastest, but the most patient. Not the most visible, but those who have learned to become invisible. And as we walk through this green labyrinth, one truth imposes itself. You are never alone in the jungle. You simply don't know who has already decided to observe you. Chapter 2. The disappearing body. In the heart of the tropical jungle, where green takes on 1,000 shades and light shatters into unstable fragments, there is a predator whose greatest weapon is not its teeth, but its disappearance. The clouded leopard moves among the branches like a specter. His body is compact, flexible, almost liquid. Every muscle has been shaped to produce no sound. Every step is a calculation. Every pause a strategy. The camera finds it motionless, suspended above a lichen-covered branch. At first glance, it seems merely part of the tree, an organic extension of the forest. Its spots are not random. They are maps of visual confusion, patterns that break its silhouette and deceive the eye. The prey's brain searches for an outline and finds nothing. Here, camouflage is not about hiding. It's about convincing the world that you don't exist. Below it, life continues oblivious. A monkey moves among the leaves, attentive only to obvious dangers. The wind carries the sense of ripe fruit and damp earth. Everything seems safe. Everything seems normal. But the leopard doesn't think in haste, thinks in precision. Its gaze follows every movement, every sway of the branch, every hesitation of its prey. Time for it doesn't run, it stretches. Minutes become silent eternities. The predator waits for the single instant when the universe aligns in its favor. Then, without warning, the ghost breaks free. There is no roar. There is no chase. There is only a sudden collapse of reality. The leopard's body falls like a liquid shadow, and the attack ends before it is even understood. The jungle absorbs the sound. The leaves sway again. Silence returns as if nothing had happened. This is how the ghosts of the jungle survive. Not by dominating the environment, but by blending into it. And as the predator disappears again among the tree trunks, a lesson remains echoing in the deep green. In the jungle, danger rarely approaches. It was already there all along. Chapter 3. The immobility that kills. In the jungle, movement is language, and all language can be interpreted or condemned. Among twisted roots and decaying leaves lives a predator that doesn't run, doesn't chase, doesn't hurry. It masters an older and crueler art: absolute immobility. The Amazonian boa constrictor doesn't hunt like others. Its thick, silent body rests on the forest floor like a forgotten log. Opaque scales reflect the uneven light, blending into the texture of the earth, moss, and rotting wood. To hasty eyes, it's not an animal. It's scenery. The camera glides slowly over its motionless body. No visible contraction, no sign of life, just an elongated, patient form integrated into the jungle floor. But beneath this stillness lies total vigilance. The snake doesn't need to see to know. It senses minute vibrations, detects temperature variations, reads the weight of the world through the soil. Each nearby step sends a clear signal. Something alive is approaching. A rodent crosses the trail. Then, a small, larger mammal distracted by the search for food. The scent of fear hasn't yet reached it. The mistake has already been made. The attack isn't violent. It's inevitable. In a fraction of a second, the motionless body transforms into pure force. The snake lunges, wraps around, tightens. There is no venom. There is no bleeding. There is only pressure. A slow, mathematical embrace that interrupts breathing, pulse, resistance. The jungle watches in silence. This predator doesn't depend on speed or audible surprise. It depends on the prey's trust in what it sees. And what it sees is nothing. When it's all over, the forest returns to its rhythm. Insects resume their buzzing. Leaves move with the wind. The boa constrictor returns to its forgotten trunk form. And the lesson repeats itself, cruel and simple. In the jungle, what doesn't move can be more lethal than what runs. Because some ghosts don't chase. They wait. Chapter 4. Death that falls from the sky. In the jungle, danger doesn't only come from the ground. Sometimes, it descends in absolute silence. Beneath the dense canopy, where branches crisscross like suspended corridors, lies a predator that dominates vertical space with surgical precision. The jaguar, the invisible sovereign of the forest, doesn't just walk through the jungle. It observes it from above, transforming height into a deadly advantage. The camera slowly rises. Among broad leaves and fragmented shadows, something moves unnoticed. The jaguar's body blends into the broken light. Its rosettes are not decorative spots. They are optical illusions designed to dissolve its silhouette into the chaotic mix of light and shadow. Down below, a capybara moves in a group, confident in the protection of numbers. The ground is damp, heavy, noisy. Each step produces a sound. Each movement betrays its presence. Above, all is silent. The jaguar lies on a thick branch, muscles compressed, breath almost non-existent. Its eyes follow the rhythm of its prey, calculating distance, angle, impact. There is no hesitation, only geometry. Then the world collapses. The leap is invisible. It's felt. A brutal displacement of air, a dry impact. In less than a second, the jaguar is already on its prey, a precise bite at the base of the skull. The attack isn't prolonged. It's definitive. The jungle doesn't react. It accepts. This predator doesn't waste energy. It doesn't chase. It doesn't fight. It ends. Every movement is pure economy, the result of an evolution that transforms strength into precision and aggression into silence. When it's all over, the jaguar drags the body away, disappearing again into the canopy. No evident trace, no prior warning, and the jungle returns to normal, as if nothing had happened. Because here, death doesn't chase you. It observes and chooses the exact moment to fall. Chapter 5. The Killer Who Doesn't Move. Not every predator runs. Not every hunter chases. In the jungle, some kill while remaining completely still. On the damp ground, among decaying leaves and exposed roots, there exists a creature that seems part of the soil itself. At first glance, it's just another broken branch, a piece of old wood, a form forgotten by the forest. But this illusion is its greatest asset. The forest viper doesn't announce its presence. It doesn't growl, it doesn't advance, it doesn't show any intention. His body remains in absolute silence for hours, sometimes for days. Each scale perfectly replicates the texture of the environment. Each curve mimics the natural chaos of the jungle. It approaches slowly. The viewer takes a while to realize where the ground ends and where the predator begins. Small rodents pass within centimeters of their prey. The snake doesn't react. Insects crawl over its body. It ignores them because the attack doesn't happen on impulse. It happens by perfect opportunity. Then a young monkey descends too far. One wrong step, 1 second of distraction. The strike is invisible to the human eye. In fractions of a second, the viper's head lunges forward. The fangs sink in. The venom enters the bloodstream like liquid fire. There is no chase. There is no second attempt. The snake retreats and waits. The venom does the work alone. It paralyzes muscles, interrupts nerve signals, extinguishes resistance little by little. The prey tries to flee, but the body no longer obeys. Here, the predator doesn't need to expend energy. It doesn't run. It doesn't fight. It observes the collapse. When it's all over, the viper slowly approaches and swallows its entire meal, without haste. The ground looks like just ground again. The branch just a branch. And the jungle moves on. Because in this kingdom, the greatest threat isn't what moves. It's what you never realized was alive. Chapter 6: Hunters of Total Darkness. When the sun disappears, the jungle does not sleep. It changes masters. At night, the visible world ceases to matter. Sight, which governs survival during the day, becomes useless. It is at this moment that the true ghosts emerge, predators that do not depend on light to kill. The camera moves through the dense forest. The moon barely pierces the treetops. The sound of insects is constant, almost hypnotic. But behind this symphony, something moves without making any noise. The jaguar does not hunt in haste. It walks like a dense shadow, absorbing the darkness around it. Its black fur is not just beauty, it is absolute camouflage. At night, it ceases to be an animal and becomes absence. Each step is calculated. Its paws touch the ground with surgical precision. No branch breaks, no leaf betrays its passage. Its eyes, adapted to capture the minimum of light, see what is invisible to its prey. As dawn approaches, the predators return to the shadows. At sunrise, the forest seems peaceful once more, but the traces are still there. Marks on the ground, feathers on the floor, blood absorbed by the earth. In the jungle, night is not the absence of life. It is the time when the ghosts take control. Conclusion: the jungle never reveals everything. The jungle doesn't keep monsters, creates them. Throughout this journey, we've seen predators that don't announce their presence, that don't roar, that don't run. Creatures that have learned that survival isn't about being the strongest, but the most invisible. In the jungle, those who show themselves too much don't last. These ghosts don't live on the fringes of nature. They are nature itself in its purest state, silent, precise, relentless. Every movement we've seen, the step that doesn't break branches, the gaze that observes without being seen, the attack that happens before consciousness, is the result of millions of years of adaptation. Nothing here is cruel. Nothing is excessive. Everything is necessary. The jungle has no villains or heroes. It doesn't judge. It doesn't forgive. It doesn't explain. When the day dawns and the forest seems tranquil, it's easy to forget what happens among the shadows. But the ghosts don't disappear. They simply retreat, waiting for the right moment to move again like smoke among the trees. And perhaps the greatest human illusion is believing that one dominates this world. Because even now, as you observe from a distance, there are hidden eyes, motionless bodies, presences that leave no trace. The jungle observes. The jungle listens. The jungle remembers. And those who have learned to disappear never cease to be there,